What's up, guys? Welcome to Parlay Power Hour for June 16th. What hour of the day is this?
It's the best hour of your day.
Best hour of your day. Damn right. That will be on a t-shirt. I say it every day. Get the pre-orders ready. Get the pre-orders ready. Not only are we winning you money, we're giving you the best merch in the business in the Parlay business, guys. So make sure you get ready for that. It's going to say Parlay Power Hour, best hour of your day. But that's besides the point. We're focused on winning money today. I got my awesome panel with me. Grant, the one and only Mitchell, 20-17 on the year since last Monday. That's what our year is, just to let you guys know. 20-17. Grant, how you doing?
I'm doing well. It's crazy what one day of going 1-5 will do to your overall record, but ready to get back in the good today.
There you go. I mean, that's what happens. You pick a million teams. Some days it's gonna benefit you. Other days it's not. Now we're gonna move on. Will, the Wizard, Reed, 8-4 on the season. He's seeming like he's getting a little comfortable here. 8-4. He's dialed in right now. He's still a part-timer. He's got that. So you've been on for 3 shows now. You got a 10 contract deal before we reevaluate you. So first of all, what's your thoughts on Parlay Power Hour? Second of all, what's the 8-4 record looking like for you?
I mean, Parlay Power Hour has been great so far. I mean, after 3 episodes, I'm 8-4. I'd say it's pretty solid. That's 66%, much better than Grant's near 55%. Be very analytical here, but I'm feeling good. I had a dentist appointment earlier today. The lady was very hard on my teeth. She was very abusive. So hopefully,
did she claw your gums and ask why you were bleeding?
I mean, no. She kind of just went at it and went by her day. But hopefully, everything else today goes better than that dentist appointment.
Yeah, so my last 2 dentist appointments go during COVID. My regular dentist office shut down, so I had to go to I don't even know what they're called, but another mouth doctor. It wasn't a dentist. It wasn't an orthodontist, so don't heckle me for that. It's one of the other ones. And this lady, literally, I was like on the table going like this. Like I was in so much pain because like I hadn't had my teeth cleaned for about 2 years because of COVID. And this lady was enjoying just burying me into the ground. So I was like, dude, come on now. I was like crying. I was literally crying on the table and she just didn't. She enjoyed it. Whatever. We're not going to do that to you guys today. We're not going to bury you. We're going to give you winning picks. Tanner Kern. I'm 13-9. I don't know what that percentage is, but hey, it's better than Grant's going 1-5 yesterday, 20-17 on the season. We're going to rock and roll. We're going to start with Grant, the one and only. He's got the Hawks +7, -114, and the under of 223.5. Grant, give me your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, so I guess I need to clear my name here. I started out as the star of the show. Now apparently my name is being dragged through the mud. But I'm going to take the Hawks here to cover. I think they have a decent chance to win outright, but if I had to put my money down, I would take them on the spread. The 76ers, they did not look good last game. Joel Embiid shot 4 for 20 from the field, which, terrible percentage, 20% on field goals. And this is from a guy that was averaging around 35 points in the games prior. We talked about it in last time we previewed one of these games that the 76ers thought they had Trae Young figured out. But once Danny Green went down with a calf injury, they lost a defender. Trae Young himself didn't shoot too great last game, but he had, I think it went for 25 and 18, if memory serves me correctly. So I like what the Hawks can do here. They've shown an ability to win on the road in this postseason. They're 3-2 so far, and they took game 1 in Philly. I'm taking the Hawks to cover here, and I don't think either team's going to score a ton. But if I had to guess, I would put it around 100 each apiece.
Okay, I like that. Will, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I like the under here a lot. Joel Embiid's been dealing with that lingering. He has a knee injury that he's been dealing with. He's questionable for this game. He might suit up. He might not. If he doesn't suit up, it's definitely going under. I don't think the 76ers will have a lot more on offense without Joel Embiid. But I'm still pretty comfortable with the under if he still plays.
Now, if Joel Embiid is in the lineup tonight for them, I'm going to take the over, but I do like the Hawks at +7. I'll take the Hawks at +7 over the 76ers at -7 any day of the week. So let's get into Clippers, Jazz, under of 221. Grant loves the under. Not a big risk guy. I loves the under, -112. Grant, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, it's funny because I think I picked the under or the over the first 5 days of the show, and I think I've been hitting the under mostly this week. Call me boring, call me whatever. Kawhi Leonard's not playing. That's all you need to know here. Reggie Jackson can score 20 points if he wants. Marcus Morris can score 24. Paul George can score 31. It doesn't matter. The Clippers aren't pulling their weight to get it to the over. It would take a huge effort from the Jazz, and with their 3-point shooting, they are the team to do it if they have to do it alone. But if you're looking at it, if you zoom out and say we're playing this scenario 100 times, more times than not, I think the teams hit the under here. Going back to Utah, and especially without Kawhi Leonard, I think the Jazz could win it. But I feel more confident in the under in this one.
Now you talk about the under. You do have a player prop in this game. Marcus Morris 15 plus points at plus 124. This has a little more value than the under. So if it comes down to it, and Marcus Morris needs one shot to go over 15, but the game's going to go over, what would you rather have hit?
Marcus Morris needs one shot.
Yeah, so he's at 14 points. The game's at 220 points. He has to make one shot. If he misses it, the game stays under. If he makes it, he goes over, but the game goes over.
I want him to make the shot. They go to a booth review and decide a 3. It was a 2 from earlier in the game.
I don't know. I don't think that's how it works here in the NBA. But what are you going to do? So what do you think Marcus Morris doing? 15 tonight?
Yeah. So I was looking at a bet. A prop where plus 20 or 20 plus points was somewhere in the plus 500 region, and obviously that's amazing value. But 20 plus, you're asking for a lot out of him. I'm going to read you Marcus Morris's last 5 games so far. 23 points, 9 points, 8 points, 6 points, 24 points. So, we've seen when the Clippers aren't doing well, a lot of it is revolved around him struggling. But now when they're doing well, and especially with Kawhi Leonard out, he's a much bigger part of the offense. And let's not forget, when he was acquired from the New York Knicks, he was averaging 19.9 points on the season when LA first picked him up a couple of years ago. So we know that he is a capable scorer. It's just a matter of getting him the touches he needs. I don't think he could have the playoff P syndrome of crumbling under expectations because people still aren't expecting him to carry the Clippers. So I'll like him to get 15 points tonight. And if he does get 15, there is a decent chance he can get over 22 because we've seen when he scores, he tends to score in bunches.
Will, you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, when Marcus Morris was on the Knicks, as Grant was saying, he was their best player. He was their most proven scorer. And I think when given the opportunity, Marcus Morris can show some offensive ability. And with Kawhi out, they're going to need more wing scoring. And Marcus Morris is that guy.
There you go. So we're going to move off the hardwood. We're going to head to soccer here. Turkey and over 1.5 goals. Sorry, I'm not used to reading soccer betting. I'm not really diving through the sports books looking at soccer bets, but I do have one special one for you guys today. But anyways, Grant, you're the soccer guy. Let's hear it. Plus 250. It's a little risky, but that's Grant.
Yeah, so the over 1 plus 1 the plus 1.5 goals, I thought I'd spice it up a little bit. Obviously, I could have taken Turkey straight up, and I think there was still a positive odds on that, or positive return. But Turkey, first of all, they're playing Wales today. Wales is not good. There's no way around it. They drew their first match with Switzerland 1-1, and Switzerland is also another low-tier team. Wales, their best player is Gareth Bale, who has become a full-time golfer ever since he moved to Real Madrid. I know you guys aren't soccer guys. Basically, he made a huge money move to one of the best teams in the world, Real Madrid. They stopped playing him, and he said, "All right, well, I'm not gonna show up." So he just golfs and collects $400,000 a week.
I would do that too. I would do that.
Yeah, not a bad life. Turkey, meanwhile, their man up top, Burak Yilmaz, led the League One, the French league, in goals scored this year for Lille. Lille won the league. He also has a partner behind him in the midfield, Yusuf Yazitsi, who is his teammate at Lille, and that's a big deal because if you think about these international competitions, the teams are only together for a very short period of time. So having that chemistry already built up with somebody, especially somebody who's going to be attacking with you, that helps a lot. Hakan Calhanoglu, apologies for the pronunciation, down the left wing is just going to be too much for Wales. They don't have a lot of pace at the back. Wales are relying on a young defensive line. And, yeah, I like Turkey here. I think they win 2-0, 2-1, somewhere in that region.
2-0 for people that don't watch soccer. That's 2-0. Just to confirm that. Will, I know you're a big soccer guy. What is your thoughts on this one?
I mean, I don't know about that big soccer guy description, but yeah, I think Turkey should be the favorite here. I mean, as Grant said, Wales isn't very strong up front or at back, so Turkey should be pretty comfortable here.
There you go. All right, Will, we're transitioning to your picks now. Rays on the money line against the White Sox. I believe Giolito is going in this game for the White Sox. He's been an utter disappointment this year for me, so I like this pick already. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, exactly. Giolito on the mound for the White Sox. I mean, I haven't been a big fan of him ever since he left the Nationals minor league system, and then he went on to the White Sox and hasn't shown too much. He's 5-5 on the year, but the Rays won game 1 in this series. White Sox just bounced back, won game 2. Rays didn't score any runs last night. I don't expect that to be the case today. They got Ryan Yarbrough on the mound. I think he'll put in one of his better performances. He's the best statistical pitcher for the Rays. And the Rays and White Sox are pretty much dead even in their records this year. I expect the Rays money line to be a good pick this one.
Yeah, Grant, what do you think?
Well, I won't make Tanner upset because he says the Dodgers are the only good team in baseball. But the Rays are one of the better teams in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
They had won 7 of 8 heading into the series. So I like the Rays to bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, they have a killer bullpen. It doesn't matter who they put on the mound. Their bullpen has won them games. They've been hitting the ball. The White Sox play in the Cupcake Central Division. That's another trademark T-shirt for the Sports 2.0 network. They have the 29th easiest schedule in baseball. No doubt about it. I'm taking the Rays tonight. You got the Canadians down. We're going to the ice, +1.5. Tyler Toffoli over 0.5 point for the evening. Break it down.
So, in game 1, I went with the Canadians on the money line to get a little bit of value. That didn't work out. They lost 4-1. I was correct on the under, but the money line definitely didn't go my way. I expect them to keep this one a little bit closer, which is why I went with the +1.5 at -125. And Tyler Toffoli has been on a pretty good streak. He scored the last 4 games. I expect him and Nick Suzuki to team up for at least a pair of goals or 1 goal in this game, so the over 0.5 point should be pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I like this one. Grant, you too. Do you?
I think it does make sense in theory, but one thing to watch for is the Golden Knights have won by more than 1.5 goals in 3 of their last 4. So they're not only winning, they're putting teams in the dirt. So I do think this is a decent bet, but I would be cautious with this one.
There you go. Grant's a stat guy. He's just gonna like diminish your picks every single time. Will, Jazz -7. I bet Grant doesn't like this one for some reason. I just got a feeling Grant doesn't like this, but you like it, so let's go with it.
Well, this line was just at -3 earlier today before Kawhi Leonard was ruled out indefinitely.
Should have got it early.
I'm still gonna take it. I'm gonna take the -7. I think Kawhi Leonard is a huge part of that Clippers team. Donovan Mitchell should have another good game, and Mike Conley is questionable for this one. I think if Mike Conley plays, then the Jazz will have much better perimeter defending, much better scoring ability. So I'm going to go with the -7.
Grant, what do you think?
So when I was researching earlier, I saw this game at -3, and I was really conflicted because I thought, oh, Kawhi Leonard's been scoring it so well lately. Clippers have won the last 2. Now he's not playing, and the Jazz, this is their game to lose, really. The Clippers have no business winning game 5. And, if Kawhi doesn't play for the rest of the series, they shouldn't win another game. So the Jazz, definitely on the money line, I'm comfortable, but it's a terrible, terrible return. So this one, 7 points is a decent amount. I still would take this. But, yeah, the whole series depends on if Kawhi plays or not. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I mean, from what I saw, it doesn't look like he's going to play the rest of the series. If you're a bettor and you got this game at -3 this morning, I mean, you're blessed. That's the bottom line. That's an easy win probably an easy win. Anything can happen in sports betting. Just like anything can happen on the pitch. That's what they call it, Grant, right? The pitch?
Yes.
Damn right they do. Italy, money line, -170 versus Switzerland. Don't call me a scaredy cat. Don't call me a scaredy cat. -170. We're going to add this to a parlay. It's going to increase our parlay risk. All right. Italy money line. I believe I was doing some hardcore research on this game this morning. Hardcore. Like I spent the whole morning researching it. Did not do my other work that I do. Just worried about this game. Italy has won 28 in a row. 28 in a row, or not one. 28 wins or ties, right, Grant?
Yeah, they're undefeated in 28.
Okay, undefeated in 28. See, when I think of undefeated, I think of regular sports, like games that you don't tie in. But anyways,
regular sports, not the most popular sport in the whole world.
Not regular. I shouldn't have said regular sports. I should have said mainstream. The 4 major leagues: MLB, NBA, NFL, NHL. That's right.
Major League Soccer.
Major League Soccer is not in the 4 major sports. It's not 4 major sports, right? Right, Will? Back me up here.
It never will be.
Damn right, it never will be. I love that. All right, Red Sox money line plus 130 versus the Braves. Garrett freaking Richards is on the mound for the Reds. I can't believe I'm taking the Red Sox with Garrett Richards on the mound, but this is what the Braves have made me do. They're still under 500 at this point in the season. 30-34. Everyone says this team's going to figure it out. They're not going to figure it out. The NL East is horrendous. The Mets shouldn't be in first place. The Braves should be in first place, but they're not going to figure it out. So I'm taking the Red Sox on the money line. Rafael Devers goes yard tonight over whatever the deepest part of Truist Park is tonight. Rafael Devers is going to go deep off Ian Anderson. Anyone disagree with Grant's all angry at me because I just called soccer a loser sport. But so Grant, give it to me right now. What do you think?
Well, I'm just having a flashback to last week when I believe you picked a different team over the Red Sox, and you asked the question, you know why? Garrett freaking Richards is on the mound. So now I'm just wondering how you can easily switch around like that.
Well, so here's the thing. Garrett Richards, I don't like if I had to pick one pitcher in the Red Sox rotation to bump to the bullpen, it'd be Garrett Richards, hands down. Garrett Richards is not great. He was really bad. He got better. He's starting to get a little worse. They're playing the Braves. Braves aren't good at baseball. Braves are really struggling right now. So you know what? I have no choice but to go with Garrett Richards plus at plus 130. You can't beat that. You can't beat that, especially with how much the Braves are struggling right now. I got no choice. Will, come on now. Will, you're on my side here, right?
I'm on your side, but I'm with Grant. I was shocked to hear you say that. You say Garrett Richards is on the mound, and then you're still going to go with the Red Sox money line. I mean, last week we both went with we both chose against the Red Sox because Garrett Richards was on the mound, and now we're just going to have to be fans of him. So.
I'm not saying I like that's betting though. You know what? We go with the hot hand. Right now, the Red Sox are hot. Garrett Richards is hot. American League East champions. Probably not. But you know what? They're going to beat the Braves tonight. Then we got the Rangers and the Astros. Lyles on the mound for the Rangers. Zach Greinke on the mound for the Astros. Why is this game going to go over? All right. Lyles gives up a lot of runs. 5.37 ERA. Greinke's been pretty good. He's mastered the 89-mile-an-hour fastball. And he's made it work well. The thing about the 89-mile-an-hour fastball is you miss one spot, it's going. It's leaving the yard. Even the Rangers, who can't bat in single A, are probably going to leave the yard with an 89-mile-an-hour fastball from Zach Greinke. So I like this game going over. I believe the over is minus 114 here, but the under was like minus 102. So the bettors are favoring the over a little bit. Anyone disagree here?
Oh, geez. I saw the Rangers pop up, and I said he's not taking the Rangers, is he?
But no, never.
Okay, the over is fine with me. Just I saw Rangers and I had a little heart attack. I thought there's no way he's going to ruin his credibility right here.
So if I had to think about who I would take the Rangers on the money line over, possibly Detroit, depending on who they're playing. Definitely the Pittsburgh Pirates. They suck at baseball, but that's a story. We don't care. Like I say, guys, top teams in the power rankings, we care about 12 through 1. The other teams we could forget about. And then finally, you know what day it is, everyone? Does anyone know what day it is?
It's Jacob deGrom Day.
That's why I love you, Will, man. You knew what I was thinking before I even said it. It's Jacob freaking deGrom Day. What's Jacob deGrom's ERA? It's so small. We can't even read it.
0.57. That's not even a number.
0.57, 0.58. He's 6-2 on the season, 0.56. He struck out about 1 million batters in 60 innings of work. He's been sensational. One thing to worry about Jacob deGrom is the injury. He's not injury, but he left the game last Friday, I believe, against the Padres with a elbow problem. He was absolutely mowing them down. It's good for the Padres. He went 6 innings. He struck out 10. He gave up 1 hit. He was sensational. But I like the Mets tonight, over 4 runs for the Mets. I'm not talking about Jacob deGrom. This bet doesn't have anything to do with Jacob deGrom. It has everything to do with Stock, who is on the mound for the Cubbies. Not thrown 1 inning this year. He's 31 years old. He's only thrown 60 innings in 3 years. He's been a journeyman, being a journeyman through the minors. The Mets, Pete the Polar Bear Alonso delivers tonight. We get a little grand slam, maybe, who knows? You know what? Maybe Frankie Lindor does something for me tonight. I really hope he does. Maybe he gets us to 4 runs, but they need to go over 4. I like them to score 5 tonight. Will, the Wizard, make it come? Do you think it's going to come true?
I think you might be right here. I actually woke up earlier today expecting this. I looked at my Jacob deGrom prop bets. I'm like, Tanner's probably going to go with one of those. He's a big Jacob deGrom guy. I won't choose one of those for the show. And then he came in here with the Mets over 4 runs. I was like, all right. So I think there's still a pretty good chance here. Maybe Francisco Lindor does pull through for you. I mean, most likely it comes from Pete Alonso, but this has a good chance.
Oh, it definitely comes from Pete Alonso, Frankie Lindor. I'm not going to say he sucks because he is one of the best shortstops in baseball, but right now he is horrendous. Grant, final thoughts. Mets over 4 runs. What do you think?
Yeah, the most recent time that the Mets faced a weak pitcher was against the Orioles, and they put up 14. Like you mentioned it, not a lot of experience on the mound. If you can't throw an inning so far this year, I'm not expecting much from you tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going with the Mets all the way. And if there's any Jacob, this is what I'm going to say about the Jacob deGrom prop bets. If there's any strikeout total, if it's 99.5 strikeouts tonight, take Jacob deGrom. You never bet against Jacob deGrom. So that does it, guys, for the best hour of your day, Parlay Power Hour for June 16th. Grant, I'm very sorry that I, heckled you about soccer, the most entertaining sport in the world. So I'm gonna give you the first chance to say any final thoughts for the show.
Yeah, that was a little insulting, especially after you lured me in talking about the pitch. I thought maybe my story had really gotten you on board with everything.
I love that story yesterday. It was great. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's what convinced him to finally make a soccer bet.
Damn right. I'm going to win it. Thanks to you, Grant.
If you do win it, I'm expecting another one.
I'm going to do a soccer bet every day until I lose. That's my deal. Maybe I'll throw a basketball in there too.
I'll heckle your soccer bet, though, because of those minus 170 odds and you hating on me for taking the Nationals at minus 170 yesterday.
Yeah, but I'm not a big soccer guy, so we got to factor that in. I got to go with minus 170.
You did your research.
I did. You're right. I did do my research. You're right. Good point. Got me there, Will. Will, any final thoughts out of you since you've been so chipper today?
No, I mean, I'm still searching for my first undefeated day. Hopefully that day comes tonight. I'm expecting a big performance out of the Canadians. I think they're the biggest bet on my line.
Yes, sir.
Go Canadians.
Go Canadians. Go Canadians. Go Italy. Go Turkey. Go USA. That's how we're going to end it today, boys. Subscribe to the Sports 2.0 Network on YouTube, guys. It was a great day of Parlay Power Hour. Make sure to join us tomorrow for the best hour of your day, 11:30 every weekday.